A Stellers Sea Eagle, a bird so rare there are believed to be only 4,000 in the world, has been living for the past few months in the mid-coast.
The bird, which is native to Asia, was first seen in Maine right before the new year and immediately started attracting crowds of enthusiastic bird watchers. 207's Beth McAvoy decided to join the hunt, and she's here now with more. Hey, Beth.
I did, you guys, and I went up and I thought I could find him, but I didn't. Last week there were reported sightings, but there hasn't been a confirmed sighting since March 5th. It's an unlikely, almost unbelievable story, and one that, if nothing else, has been good for business. The Stellers Sea Eagle is one of the rarest raptors in the world. Lucky for Mainers, this one's decided it likes the mid-coast.
He's been here almost all winter.
I think the food is good.
Since before the new year, the Sea Eagle has been spotted dozens of times in the area of Five Islands, Arrowsick, Boothbay Harbor, and Georgetown.
Well, I think he just likes the island. I mean, maybe Georgetown is an island, and
maybe he doesn't
we're
want to
very
live in
nice
Russia
people.
Anymore, because who wants to?
These eagles are believed to breed only in far eastern Russia, but each winter, many Stellers Sea Eagles migrate from their breeding grounds to Japan, Korea, and China.
And it's just amazing. He's traveled so far and alone. It's kind of sad, but I'm glad he found us.
This particular bird has flown a remarkable distance over the last 2 years. In August of 2020, it was first spotted in Alaska. Several months later, in March of 2021, there was a possible sighting very far south in Texas. Then what is believed to be the same Stellers Sea Eagle was spotted in New Brunswick and Quebec before landing in Massachusetts last December and eventually finding its way to Maine.
It was crazy. I mean, here we are in the quiet of winter and the town was just booming.
Where it's caused quite a frenzy, in part because of how long it's been here.
We would see these groups of people just everywhere along the street. You would think there were like movie stars, that everybody was like the paparazzi for the Sea Eagle.
I saw people from Washington, California,
Maryland, New Jersey, Texas.
Lucky for business owners in the mid-coast,
those birders will travel.
They're just devoted.
In January and February,
It's very, very slow. Many days we don't see anybody.
the usually quiet Boothbay Harbor was inundated with birders.
But with the Stellers Sea Eagle, we were full. Actually, I had my plumber come out and turn on the water out in the back rooms because those I drained during the winter. It was amazing.
We saw a lot of different people coming in the store. I know the sandwich shop down the street, had said that he was making sandwiches like it was, during the Christmas festival.
The crowds were a welcomed sight for most.
Because this
The
is
fishermen hate him because when he was in Five Islands, there were so many of them
people, yeah.
that you couldn't get down the road.
I know business owners certainly loved it. It did create a bit of mayhem, I guess, here as far as traffic, and people complained.
But nothing compared to actually seeing such a rare bird, the first of its species ever documented in the continental U.S.
Beautiful, huge,
He is magnificent.
majestic.
There was something completely magical about him, and to think about how far he came and the possibility that he was alone. I felt so lucky to be able to see him.
Boothbay Harbor native and business owner Rachel Higgins has been obsessed.
My daughter and my husband make fun of me because I love birds so much.
Her husband captured these photos in mid-January when they spotted what some locals are calling Stella near their home.
And the bird was in the tree here. You couldn't mistake it. I mean, the beak was just so vivid. It stood out like a sore thumb. The bird flew. And it was almost like you could just feel it swooshing through your hair the way it flew over you. It was a chance of a lifetime. It was amazing.
Campground owners Patricia and Eric Kasalka say they saw it near their property in Georgetown in late March, but they didn't get a picture. A photo is needed for it to be considered a confirmed sighting.
He was beautiful, and his wingspan
Was huge.
because he jumped up and took off, came down, he swooped over the Canada geese right there. He swooped down over the geese and they were honking.
Although the crowds have died down, people are still flocking to the area in hopes of catching a glimpse.
I do have some people coming in from Nevada, and I have somebody coming in from Florida just to see the eagle. And they say, do you think he's going to be there when we get there? I don't have An itinerary, I don't know, but I have a feeling he likes Georgetown.
A once-in-a-lifetime bird that for now is calling the Mid-Coast home.
I think even this summer it will probably bring people here just with the hopes that you might get to see it.
Hopefully he'll keep looping around here.
I hope everyone gets to see it because it was amazing.
And Doug Hitchcock with Maine Audubon says if people want to see the Stellers Sea Eagle, they should continue to do so at a respectful distance. And he says be sure to snap a photo so that sightings can be confirmed.
The lady who said she doesn't have an itinerary for the eagle is kind of missing out, because if someone could come up with an itinerary, they'd be rich.
It's true, but he might be, the Stellers Sea Eagle is onto something, because this area is already abundant with raptors because it's such a good area for, you know, fish and sea ducks. So he's really found a good spot.
Yeah, I talked to a bird expert, a migration expert, a couple of years ago, and he said it's just, you know, the coast of Maine, it's kind of like a super highway for migrating birds, and that's where we have this kind of thing happen from time to time.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Thank you, Beth.